And my mantle. I need stuff to keep me grounded. So I have all kinds of plans. Days of the week, colors for the days of the week, meal plans, and honestly, I'm a chicken. I am a chicken. Because that's me. I am so afraid to do these videos because I'm in uncharted territory. I am trying to create a school outside of a building to have conversations outside of the normal conversations that we're having. And so, yeah, if I think about spoke Zarathustra, and it's like school for me was being in the desert with a camel. It's like it's a barren place and you don't want to stay there. And the next phase is to slay this dragon, and I feel like the last 4 years it's like I that's all I've done is research and research and research. Like I know what I'm talking about and I'm so prepared to help you. Again, I don't want to lead you. I'm wicked smart on this. And I'm on your side, student side. And part of it is I just think so much time is wasted. So one of my side projects was I took all the accolades and my certificates and I put them on my mug. And it's a reminder for me, Ingrid Store, that some of these classes were such a waste of my time. I do not remember calculus with analytical geometry, background to the modern world, physical geology, and English composition. I also find it very interesting that when I start to have good discussions with people about education, that they will first start to agree with me. Like, yeah, it's a mess. But then when I push and push, it's almost like they defend the very institution that's crippling them. And tell me, you try it yourself. So I'm going to go back to my notes. Zero is a place of freedom. It's a place to start. And here's what I wrote down next. Only here, I'm going to be really bossy. Because I'm so smart. And I'll tell you what you want. And in your iNotebook, if you have some little notebook, what you might want to do is write down ideals. What would you ideally like to be? And I feel like I have a hint, a suspicion that you're going to write down or think about things that have already been presented to you, this big fancy house, etc. And what I'm suggesting is, how about sleep and mental health? And those go hand in hand. Time to talk. So first, just stop talking about nothing, just these bullshit conversations. Get curious. And curiously, because iSchool's a secret, it's so amazing because like the happier I get, the healthier I get, I find it fascinating that people actually don't want to hear that. It's almost like, oh, great, live your best life, live your dreams. And then it's like, when I actually am, that just seems to bring people down. So that's another reason to keep iSchool a secret. It's just a very interesting thing. And I wrote down the most dangerous thing you can do is to be wholesome. If students had the maturity, which I know you do, and you can, to get 8 hours of sleep at night, and you're going to have to fight for that, and you actually went in a direction that you wanted to go to be virtuous, to be happy, is actually going to, if you tell people that, they're going to they'll rip you down. So again, go back to this hour of calmness, and you can always come back to this. To be virtuous is the rebellion. Okay, and I said questions. What a joke. How are you? I think I talked about that. Okay, and then I wrote, so if you want to start, stop. Do as little as you possibly can. Stop enabling the very system that is hurting you. Stop enabling a crippling system. Stop giving homework. As a teacher, I just stopped because I realized the time the kids needed was way more important than whatever it was I was teaching. I talked about stop answering stupid questions. Yes, there is such thing as a stupid question. Stop wasting my time. Just the meetings. Just stop wasting time. And here's where iSchool comes in. Because once you start understanding those moments, those breaks throughout the day of time wasted, waiting in line, sitting in meetings, waiting for teachers, whatever, this is your opportunity. This is what we're going to pounce on. And we're going to start building slowly. And it's amazing what I've found in the last 4 years is it wasn't just one big thing. It was actually just slowly getting up every day and saying, okay, I'm going to write down one thing today. It's like starting from being broken and saying, okay, I don't want this. So it's not starting at the top. It's starting at the very bottom. It's like, okay, this is craziness. And if you know, okay, as a tangent, I'm doing this. Think about grades in schools. That's so ridiculous. Just as what a mental block is to say as soon as you walk in, let's say you're a sophomore in high school, you walk into every class and you start off at 100%. You have nowhere else to go but down. That's not healthy. In iSchool, you know what? This is what we do. We understand the system that we're in, and we start not talking, and it's like we're going to be real quiet. Let me tell you what, I think I do have this written down, but let me just say this. As a parent and as a teacher, there is only one thing scarier than listening to your kids fight, listening to screaming from the basement, shutting the door and hearing kids screaming in the kindergarten classroom. There's only one thing more frightening than that, and that's silence. When you're a teacher, and again, I'm a mom, as a mom, it's like, what just happened? Okay. So that's what I'm suggesting. You start maybe putting in your bucket a little bit. Start thinking about the quieter you get, the less you do, that is what's going to get huge attention. And when you do that, I want you to be prepared for the aftermath. We need to mature. That's it. The problems are very simple. We just need to mature. And we have a system that does not want you to mature so that you can be controlled. The more you act out, the more reason there is from, I guess, people at the top to hurt you, crush you, make you lose sleep, and then blame you for losing sleep. So what do? Start figuring out ways to get sleep, to break down your day into having time for you. 3 times a day. Oh my gosh, it's not even 8:30 and I'm just starting the day right. Oh my gosh. Ciao for now.